How's life, Kevin?
How's life rolling?
That's good.
So we've been reviewing tech for like the last 10 years
On YouTube?
on YouTube, and we have another separate channel where we do product reviews and all of that. But, you know, there's so many conversations that we have in between that never make it onto that channel. So we thought this might be the place to just chill out and have those conversations.
Yeah, it's going to be unfiltered, unedited, just trying to keep it, real.
Yeah.
It's all about the conversation. Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about why do smartwatches exist?
Yeah.
Do they bring anything or do they make no sense?
Yeah. I think we have mixed views on the subject.
Yeah. It might be converging a little bit as I
Yeah.
have this conversation with you.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've reviewed a ton of smartwatches, used different types, and they definitely add some value. But what are smartwatches capable of? Why do people even buy them?
Yeah. I think just to kind of
Set the scene, right?
set the scene a little bit. I mean, most of you know what smartwatches are. It's about, tracking. It's about fitness tracking, health tracking, sleep tracking. It's about health. It's about
Conveniences,
convenience.
like
and,
mobile payments.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
seeing your notifications real quick. Oh, who's calling me? Check it. Where's my phone? Oh, let me beep it. That kind of
Right.
small conveniences. But
Yeah, so there's that. There's also, I don't know, it's also a bit more fun, and it's more dynamic than I think a normal wristwatch.
yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with. That's all smartwatches can do, actually.
and of course you have the added benefits of being in certain ecosystems, like, right, the Apple Watch. If you're wearing that and you're working on a MacBook, it unlocks your MacBook, right, seamlessly.
Convenience again.
Convenience again. So there's some things there where people may want to have the same product from the same ecosystem, like,
Right.
yeah.
Hashtag reject convenience.
Yeah, exactly. If you know, you know.
Yeah. So that's what smartwatches are capable of. I don't think we should spend too much time on that.
No.
But I mean, what do we actually use them for? Maybe that's where we can start. What do you
Yeah, so I was really reflecting. I was like, okay, we slap on a smartwatch to review it, and they do great stuff. But what is it in essence that it comes down to that I really, really, really like a smartwatch for? And I think it's kind of basic, but for the alarm, for the wake up alarm, because I like the fact that it gently vibrates on your wrist, and it's not this like baby or whatever, whatever tone it is. And it's not only disruptive, it's a vibration on the wrist is very gradual. It makes you wake up more gradually, and it doesn't disrupt any of your bed partners.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I like to use it for.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, it's been thinking about this actually, and it's kind of like, I think you used the word in the context of e-ink phones at some point, accountability partner.
Okay.
And I think it's kind of an accountability partner for me in the sense, life is busy, right? Life gets crazy. You have your work, you have your family, you have a YouTube channel, you have your vacations, you have your traveling to different countries, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So life gets busy. What I notice is I often lose track, or I often forget to take care of myself. So for example, sleep. Not sleeping well, not sleeping enough. You don't feel good sometimes, but you can't relate it to why that's happening. Secondly, movement. I mean, exercise is one thing, working out is one thing. I think for good health, you need to keep moving as well. So I noticed that there are days, like sometimes 3 or 4 days, where I'm not moved enough.
Yeah.
So things like that, I think a smartwatch is good. It reminds you. On the other hand, it can also be a bit nagging, and you can start ignoring those notifications. That's also happens to me. But I notice that when I have a smartwatch, I remember at least I've not done my movement for the day, or I've not slept.
Yeah.
Whereas if I didn't have that, I would sometimes forget.
And that goes for sleep as well then for you.
Yeah. Sleep, I guess, is much easier to kind of figure out, like whether you slept or not. But yeah, movement, I think, is a bigger...
No, you hear a lot of people about, talking about closing their rings, and feeling that pressure to move and achieve that. I think a device should never control you, but you should control it. But in this case, it's good that it's giving you that nudge, right, to get moving. So I agree with the workout bit. So I definitely use it for workout tracking.
No, I don't use it for workout tracking. That's my whole point. It's about movement.
So it's just the reminder.
Just the reminder, the movement. So you have rings for move as well as workout, right? And it's the move thing I'm talking about. Okay. And the workout thing, I know. I worked out today. I've not worked out today.
Yeah.
That's very clear for me. It's about the invisible stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, do like tracking workouts because it helps me see where I am right now and if I'm improving or not. So over time, right? And that's nice. But do I look at it very regularly? Not really.
No, I get it.
Yeah. And sleep tracking, yeah, that's interesting because for me, initially it was fun to see, hey, what's the sleep score? Hey, how was my deep sleep versus my whatever light sleep and REM sleep and all of that? But after a while, I was like, yeah, I know if I slept well or not. And it didn't really affect me so much. But I can imagine if you're in a different phase of life or you have more things going on, it's good to be reminded.
Yeah. The thing is, this is something outside of yourself, right? Like you can have only so much self-control and, self-awareness, but sometimes you do need an external thing looking in to know, like, even if you slept 9 hours but you had light sleep, sometimes you don't realize that, and that's maybe you have been having too much coffee the night before or alcohol or whatever it is,
or you show up and I'm like, man, you look like shit.
You
gotta get some sleep.
Exactly. So that's kind of that situation. So that's what I use them for. I don't use them for alarms. I don't use them for workouts. Well, I do, but I don't really bother too much with it.
What else do you use it for?
That's pretty much telling the time.
You heard it here first, guys. Breakthrough.
I mean, seriously. So I also said this in one of our earlier videos. Like, two most important things for me in a watch is battery life. I don't want to have to charge it every day. And secondly, telling the time. I should be able to glance at my watch, and now that the whole room lights up and suddenly, the time is appearing, it should just be there at all times. Which is why I kind of tend towards high battery watches like the Huawei and stuff like that. I love those watches.
And that kind of brings us to the downsides of a smartwatch, where 90% of smartwatches, at least the Wear OS and the Apple, like the Watch OS versions of the watches, mostly a day.
For example, I was wearing the Pixel 4 yesterday. I set it for charging this morning and I left. And
you forgot it.
And there's no watch. That happens.
His wrist is naked.
It's bizarre.
No, so that, and we've tested a couple of smartwatches. Funnily enough, Huawei of all brands, it's the one that does not run natively on Android.
Harmony OS.
But their own Harmony OS. But they've definitely harmonized their battery and charging situation because they go for days. So that's a watch that, or those are watches that you don't have to really think about charging.
And one thing we didn't talk about why you would like a watch maybe more than just a smartwatch or a dumb watch is how it looks. It's how it's part of your attire or your outfit or whatever. And I think that's another reason I really like Huawei watches. They are so handsome. They're like just so good looking.
It almost feels like they used to be a watchmaker before, and they stepped into smartwatches.
Right.
Just looking at the craftsmanship that goes into
the materials, the dials, the bezels.
Don't get me wrong.
crowns.
Pixel Watch looks nice with the pebble and stuff, but still looks pretty, basic. I mean, it doesn't look very sophisticated. Let me put it that way. So. Yeah,
you're not mistaken.
But I think there's another thing that you use smartwatches for is the voice assistant. I
forgot about that. That's one of my. I have smart lights around the house basically.
Okay.
And I do have a Google Home and an Alexa, but I don't like shouting out at it, especially if somebody's resting or on a phone call or whatever. Okay, Google. You don't just come into the room and do that. So you can just press a button. You don't even have to say, okay, Google. Just say turn the lights off. So I like that about a smartwatch. It's very specific, but also for setting a timer if you're cooking or, starting a stopwatch, things like that. I think I like having an assistant for that purpose. That's one of the reasons why the Huawei watches are a bit of a, that part of it is not really helpful.
Yeah, I mean, again, those examples of the voice is a convenience thing. It's easier because it's on the wrist, whereas your phone is usually not too far away either. So it's things you could do there as well.
True, yeah.
Okay, but we've also been kind of on a little bit of a journey on...
What journey?
On analog or let's say, non-smart watches.
Yeah, let us know which are your favorite non-smart watches in the comments. We're curious to check out what you guys like.
Yeah.
But you're right. We've been on the journey.
Yeah, you've had a nice, I think, entry into mechanical watches.
Yeah, that's been my first... So...
Congrats, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. I've always been a Casio guy growing up, and I grew up in India, and I think Casio watches are one of the things there.
Everywhere.
I think everywhere, no, but like
Yeah.
I know that was like the main kind of digital watch that was there. Maybe there were others here. And recently I got a G-Shock. Yeah, still
G-Shocks, baby Gs as well were a thing when I was growing up.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I've never had a baby G, but I have a G-Shock. I have a Casio, a couple of Casios now, even a Casio Dive watch, cheap one. It's really nice. I like it.
Yeah.
With the rotating bezel and all that. Yeah. So one thing was for me growing up was, as I said, I think I was trying to get my smartwatches to emulate a Casio, whereas I always wanted to have a time on.
Yeah.
Right? I always wanted to be able to do a certain amount of things, stopwatches, timers. Those all, I think, maybe subconsciously came from my Casio experience growing up.
Wasn't your first smartwatch the Pebble?
Yeah, actually, that's kind of how we started the HRME channel, right?
That was one of the first products.
Yeah, the Pebble.
It was an e-ink display.
E-ink display. I love it.
Some basic things like what? Like
notifications. It showed a calendar view. It showed. It was a nice watch.
Yeah.
It was closer to the Casio than to the smartwatch today.
Right.
And they have the new Pebble as well. I thought we pre-ordered that,
yes.
but something went wrong there, so maybe we're going to order it again. Yeah. And then, so now, as you said, my first mechanical watch, I got the Tissot PRX. I love that watch. Nice. It looks really nice. It's more of a dressier watch than the watches I have. Yeah. So I don't always wear it, but it's a nice entry. Yeah, it's a nice entry into mechanical watches indeed.
Yeah.
And you've been on this journey for a while as well.
I think I've had a break for a while, but there was a phase where I was starting to collect them, and then a couple of them got stolen, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the reason why.
Oh, no.
I think I hit a speed bump along the way. But I had the Seiko SKX013. That was my first mechanical automatic watch. It was a diver style, but then a smaller watch because my wrists are smaller, so I tend to gravitate towards smaller watches. Yeah. Loved it. Yeah, with the Jubilee bracelet and all of that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Very nice. But I also had a Tissot, not mechanical, but it was the PRC200. Okay. Am I saying it right? Yeah. It had like this yellow hour markers or hands and stuff. It was kind of a nice chronograph. Chronographs were also a thing back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And there was also, that's the smartness of back in that time, right?
Yeah, that was a real.
Nobody really used it.
Yeah,
but it was cool to have.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of features.
And now you have also a Seiko.
No, this is a Mondane actually.
Yeah, not this one, but you also have a Seiko.
Oh, I do. Yeah. That one I kind of like pieced together myself.
Oh, really?
So it was a Seiko 5, but so you have the Grand Seiko, which is the luxury highest end version of Seiko. And then you have the baby Grand Seiko, which is I forgot what it was, but it was just a slightly different collection. And then you have the baby Grand Seiko, and that's what I had.
Oh, really?
So it's the cheapest version you could get. It was like $100 or something.
Okay. It's a Grand Seiko.
So no, it's not. It's not. It's just a Seiko 5 series. So the budget entry.
It's now called the Sport, I think. The Seiko 5 is called Sport, whatever.
The Sport series. Yeah. And so got that. Also dressy watch, mechanical, automatic. But the thing was the bracelet that I came on was super cheap. So I removed that, ordered one online, swapped that out. Even the clasp I removed. Like I pieced it all together, and it's like kind of my thing, that I'm
nice.
So it's nice. But the thing is, it's automatic. So if you don't have a watch winder at home and you're swapping out with smartwatches or other watches, it's lying there. So I haven't worn it in a while.
No, exactly. And this is I love this watch face.
Yeah.
There's more.
So this is a Mondane. And I've been looking at this for a really long time because what they've done is they've bought up the patent on the design of Swiss railway clocks.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And then they make watches. And this is just a quartz watch. They also have mechanical or automatic ones as well. But it's kind of a cool, minimalistic design. It's a fun watch. So want to use it, but then I'm reviewing smartwatches. So which one do I do? Sometimes what I do, man, is I just wear a smartwatch when I work out and I remove it. It's like, it's intentional. It's like a tool. Want to track a workout, put it on, take it off.
Yeah. Which kind of brings me to mechanical watches. They kind of break my brain a little bit because 100 years ago, they were amazing. They were accurate and this and that.
Yeah.
So we actually end up paying more. And this is also when we review earbuds and headphones, we're always looking for value, right? ROI. And I think luxury products break my brain a little bit. I guess it's when you have so much money Like when, like $5,000 or $10,000 doesn't matter to you at all.
Yeah.
But you want something nice.
Yeah.
So buying, technically, it's great craftsmanship. Don't get me wrong. Mechanical watches, the movements and stuff. There's a lot of work that goes into it. But at the end of the day, it's a worse watch. It tells your time worse.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a $20 quartz watch will work better in terms of accuracy, whereas a great mechanical movement will be worse. So for me, that breaks my brain a little bit in terms of, but yeah, I guess I'm not a billionaire, gazillionaire. So
no, I mean,
so far it's not a...
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. If I draw the parallel to cars, you have cars which are, very expensive to maintain, are gas guzzlers, right?
Yeah.
They're very inefficient, but they are luxury, and you're paying for something totally different.
Somehow these companies or these products have hacked our brain where they've convinced us that we need the thing that is worse.
Pretty impressive, huh?
That's so smart.
Yeah.
That's the business I want to be.
Yes. Sell less, charge more.
Yeah. Right. That's kind of the conversation. Anything else you want to add?
I think that's kind of it. Yeah.
Let us know what you think about this. We're just going to do this once in a while.
Exactly.
Happy to have you along for the ride and join the conversation, guys.
Yeah. Let's continue it in the comments.
Do we?